Hey everybody, Kevin here from Invisible Insights, and here's a little something for your performance edge. Now, today I was in the gym, and it was mobility day. And when we were doing mobility day, it's kind of funny. When I first had my first chance at mobility day, which was, stretching and, working things out, and I didn't know what a foam roller was from anything else. And I'll guarantee you this. The stretching out of things sometimes is as painful as doing the workout itself. Now, I thought it was getting a break, but the process of doing proper stretching, proper mobility exercises was way more than I thought. And I think that the key here and the understanding I want to try to bring to you is the idea that our ability to be agile and flexible, our ability to be, good on our feet and making great decisions in maybe uncomfortable or uncertain situations is really, really important. And there is a part of the work that you have to do to be flexible and have the mobility in the moment, whatever that is, when it comes your way, to be able to really do it well. And I will say this, that level of flex that occurs in your leadership, it could be a leadership moment, it could be a family situation, it could be an emergency, it could be any number of things. But your ability to adjust in real time, to really be able to assess in real time, to really focus it takes a certain type of work ethic to develop that resilience and that understanding, the ability to pause, the ability, the skill set to really assess and weigh that against the level of awareness that you have in that moment to handle whatever the given situation is. This is a really powerful thought. And, it's in the same way that I never thought that I would stretch for a whole hour. I never thought that most of the time my experience with stretching was like a short amount of time. It was like, oh, we just do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we stretch over and we go, oh, that's good, and then we go and do things. And I'm beginning to understand how powerful that proper level of stretching and preparation is for whatever you experience. And again, it could be stumbling over a situation. It could be, a mistake. I just talked to someone today. They made a huge, huge mistake. And it was one of those where he drove up and it was the sick feeling. And he had to walk up to a homeowner and really knock on their door and apologize right out of the gate for something that was just incredibly wild. I mean, I can't, for reasons, I can't tell you all the reasons, but because he may be getting this he might be getting this email. So you know who you are, what story I'm telling. So anyway, it's just one of those, like, there's moments like that where you just gotta just be agile. You gotta be really open and really thinking through what the possibilities of the situation are so you can bring your best self to it. And when you bring your best self to the situation, then you're able to leverage it in a powerful way, in a better way. You can come out of those moments way more equipped. The experience becomes something of a point of leverage for you that takes you into the future. It's so funny because we get around people who are super wise and we realize that wisdom is the accumulation of a lot of pivots, a lot of situations, a lot of circumstances, and how they've navigated them, good, bad, or otherwise. And so that's going to be the same for you. So is it time for a mobility day? Is there a time where you got to maybe think through doing some contingency plans or maybe some situations, doing some situational analysis and start saying, hey, if this were to happen, are we agile? Do we have the level of mobility to be able to handle whatever this thing that we might not think about, or this worst case scenario that could be sitting out there? What if this person were to quit? What if I were to be promoted into a role where it was a bad situation, but they're expecting a lot out of me to bring order to it and consistency to it? If there could be any number of things that occur. It's just that whole idea of just situational management, understanding, what you can bring to it is so, so powerful. So there is some time. It's not a 5-minute thing. This is a time where you sit down and you go, hey, scenario plan. if this happens and this happens and this happens, what do we do? What happens if this, it is about laying out the parameters of things that could, should, might, won't, hopefully never happen. But when they do, you're ready. And that's about being thorough. It's about being prepared. And it's about mobility. So with that said, do due diligence. Spend the time and energy to think through all the possibilities of everything you have in your leadership and in your life, and have those scenario plans cooked up. And it doesn't mean you're going to get it right or perfect. What it does mean is you'll be prepared, you'll be agile, and you'll have the right mindset for the moment. So with that said, like I always say, when you see the invisible, you become unstoppable. And I'm telling you, this one's full of invisibles. And so, hey, get after it, do some damage, and we'll see you next time.